I think it's just me, and I just love people. I love to have a conversation with somebody. It's cool to photograph a still life or to photograph product. Something about me, and maybe you've seen while I'm working there, Holy Rad, is that I love to have conversations while I'm creating. I am heavily focused on capturing musicians outside of their music environment, highlight these musicians and show them what they really are for, not just somebody who's providing entertainment on stage, but an individual who's going through their own growing process. For the past year, I've taken helm as head photographer at Deal World and one of their head producers. And it's been talk about not having time for yourself. Go on the road, produce these events. By the way, the amount of photos that come out of the Deal World event, thousands. And then come the quarantine, all the events stopped, all the work stopped, all the money flow just stopped coming in. And now's the time to sharpen the sword. I think the environments that people place themselves in speak a lot to who they are. One of the big reasons why I took this place is because I had immediate access to the rooftop that's right up here. It is a view. It was like, it's like a 360 view of New York City in the middle of Williamsburg. You can see the skyline of Manhattan from downtown all the way to uptown. You could see Queens, you could see Brooklyn. And immediately I was like, I need to get people up here and just start photographing. And the more that I photograph people, the more I realize like everyone's set is going to be different. Even if I frame it the same exact way, it's going to be different because nature has a whole different plan. One of the beauties of the Rooftop series is that the people that I have photographed so far have all been New Yorkers. So it's like everyone can identify with what's coming out in the background. As a visual artist, it's hard for me to ignore what's going on in the background, even though the subject may be a person. The background is a subject as well. And the same thing with that barbershop shoot, for example. Though the whole thing was contrived and planned to be that way, it still spoke a lot to the artist and what a barbershop meant to her. Barbershop is like heavily male dominant zone. And to put a female in that space, it's like it opens up the gates and like how females interact with these heavily male dominant spaces. Before I had access to a community like this, I was just another Queens kid trying to figure out how to do something that in an industry that does not represent me well, So Holy Rat has shown me that the photography industry is not as scary as I thought it was before. And there are plenty of other people trying to figure out how to do things the way that I